Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Concerning news for the Americans, South Koreans, and the Japanese. Why? The North Koreans are not dumb, and it seems like they developed a underwater missile or drone called Tsunami that can carry a nuclear warhead. And it could be guided to explode probably somewhere in the vicinity of a peninsula or an insula and boof, wipe the whatever country 10 meters high. So that's one, or destroy something coming from underwater. How are we going to detect that? With a submarine? So let me show you this article coming from Sputnik. And these guys claim they already have hypersonic missiles. They just launched one or 2 days ago. So they launched a missile, and on top of it they had a hypersonic extra missile on top that when this discarded, the other one kept going or something, which and capable of probably hitting they said, some military bases in Guam, they claim. But North Koreans also have weapons, ballistic missiles, long intercontinental, I think, ballistic missiles. They can hit the territory of our country. Why? Because they feel safe. But what can you do? Sputnik, 3 hours ago, today on the 19th of January 2024. Pyongyang's Poseidon? Question mark. North Korea unveils new, quote-unquote, tsunami underwater nuclear weapon. Apparently, you see that? You see how the Russians are saying it? It's not like CNN or these garbages. They are skeptical only is reporting about the enemies, click, click, or the people they don't like, the evil guys' achievements or statements. Possibly they claim, so they say, but when it's about their boys, that's an affirmative action. I mean, affirmative sentence right there, positive. So apparently, nonplussed by the recent joint naval drills held by the US, Japan, and South Korea near the Jeju Island, North Korea has responded by touting its latest advancement in the field of nuclear weaponry. Now that's bad. North Korea revealed that it has tested an underwater nuclear drone this week. A spokesman for the North Korea's Defense Ministry said in a statement that, and I'm quoting, the Underwater Weapon System Institute under DPRK Academy of Defense Science conducted an important test of its underwater nuclear weapon system. HALE, I thought it was HALE. HALE 523, under development in the East Sea of Korea, end quote. These guys don't really, but anyway, I was about to say don't really lie. They all lie. We'll find out. Little is known about this new North Korean weapon other than its name, which translates as tsunami. Nonetheless, one can surmise, based on the available data, that it is an electric underwater drone that can follow a predetermined path and carry a nuclear payload, said Dmitry Kornev, founder of the military Russia.ru news portal. All right, so this is what this guy said, and I'm quoting, it is a craft that can guide itself to some floating or stationary target and then blow itself up there. So, pak, doesn't have to hit it, goes over there and then explodes, he surmised. So very interesting and very dangerous. So let's see what next he says. As Kornev pointed out, this is not exactly a novel concept, as similar designs were considered in the Soviet Union before finally being implemented decades later in the Poseidon, quote-unquote, project. He did note, however, that Russia's Poseidon, also an underwater drone with a nuclear warhead, has a nuclear propulsion unit, whereas North Korea's creation likely has electric propulsion. You got it? Here it is. Regarding the reason why North Korea developed such a weapon, Kornev said that he sees certain merit in Pyongyang's rhetoric about needing nuclear weapons to ensure North Korea's safety and to deter possible attacks from the West and its lackeys. End quote. And I'm quoting, if about 20 to 30 years ago any missile test in North Korea evoked serious reactions from the global community, today the global community stays mum because North Korea has nuclear weapons and is ready to use them. Whether it is a good or bad thing, everyone can decide for themselves, he remarked. Well, let's be, how should I put it, real. We know that for a person who never engaged in a certain kind of behavior, negative behavior, it's hard. Well, my point is, it's hard to start. Once you start, it's going to be easy to continue, or easier to continue. So if, let's say, you engage in, God forbid, domestic violence one time, then the next time is going to be easier for you, third time easier, and so on. It's not me saying that, that's psychology again. The same thing with countries, because countries are led by humans, right? So if a country never used a nuclear weapon or a atomic bomb, it's less likely because it still, stops itself, controls itself. But someone who already did it twice, it's much easier for that particular country to use it 3 times, 4 times, and it's easier. It's already breaking in. So the same here. North Korea did not use nuclear weapons. Iran, I don't know if they would use it or not. And the only country that uses, is the United States of America. So when you hear these guys here telling us that Iran will use it, North Korea will use it, no, the only person who really used it is you. And twice. So that's twice is already a pattern. One is a mistake or misunderstanding. Twice, and organized and spoken about, like, hey, I warn you, the next one is going to be, and then if the Japanese would have not surrendered unconditionally, the Americans said they were going to go on and on and on. That's what they said. So that's really a pattern of criminality. Is that a war crime? I think it is. If you think it's not, then reverse the roles. Let's say Japan will drop some atomic bombs on 2 American cities, and we say, if you don't unconditionally surrender, we're going to go and build the next one. Chicago, New York. I mean, we'll start with New York. Let's start with California because it's closer. California, then California. Let's say Los Angeles. Then we're going to go to San Diego. Then we're going to go to San Francisco. Then we're going to Portland, Oregon. Then we're going to Seattle, Washington. No, in Seattle, Washington, no, because I know someone over there. So then let's go to to New York. We're going to go to New York. Then we're going to go to Washington D.C. I mean, if someone would say that, then what would you say? Is that a war crime? Of course it is. But somehow here, even the weasel Japanese who lost, and I'm going to use a word that I know it's hurtful for them, they lost their honor. But I don't think Japan goes by honor anymore. They lost that samurai spirit. Anyway, a lot of soybeans over there as well. So they lost their honor. So why? When they mention, they have the commemorations of the atomic bombs in Hiroshima, they don't mention United States of America. Never. Never. Never ever. Go and see. They don't mention it. United States of America dropped a bomb killing this many people. As this should be the terms used, because that's reality. Let's fight this, never atomic energy, never used, we got a peace, these victims that just happened. No honor. You dishonored your ancestors. Now that's because that's reality. You have no spine anymore. I'm talking about politicians, but politicians are voted in office by the population in the United States of America. People can claim, oh, that's Joe Biden. Someone voted for Joe Biden. I don't know exactly how much, but some voted. So imagine that in an educated and sophisticated society like ours, full of baboons. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.